some pop off the bench and really created some balance for them offensively.
And it's Kilpatrick missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Freak. And another basket for Boston.
Assist goes to Evan Turner.
1:09 left in the first half. Brooklyn leading by 3. And that was something the Celtics needed, adding Thomas, a player that could come in and provide Clark instant offense for them off the bench.
And, Kevin, I think that was a turning point for them last year. I mean, they saw that they had a chance to make a big leap forward after the trade and responded accordingly.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Count that one. Turner's got his second bucket.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
46 seconds left in the first half.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
Turner with the steal. Here's Johnson. Sims with the rebound. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Celtics in Boston.
And what a heck of a performance for them, particularly offensively. I mean, there were stretches of that game where everything seemed to be falling.
Ball movement was superb, majestic, and they got good shots and they made them. So it wasn't a surprise, but the ball movement was the key. Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
That'll do it for the first half. Nets lead by 6. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, we have Brooke Lopez with us.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Jarrett Jack with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, created a lot.
19 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Just too much of a deficit to overcome.
Just not enough clicks and ticks left on that clock in this one, Greg.
And for the Nets, Brooke Lopez is out there with Robinson. Then it's Jarrett Jack, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. Again, the miss by the Celtics. No good. So we see Boston get the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson just a few aisles above us.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome Isaiah Thomas.
This guy is explosive as any guard in the league. He's got a craftiness to his game and a work ethic that just does not quit. Whether it's creating for teammates or putting up them buckets himself.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious
tell you about Vic. He had
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's gonna do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
Oh, say does that
Everyone in their seats here in Boston to watch the Celtics on the home court. Last game for the Warriors, they pick up the W against the Indiana Pacers. And that result, guys, was a real shocker. Golden State also making some changes. Spates checked in for Bogut. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. Green is out there with Maurice Spates. And it's Livingston in at the 1 spot.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for. And the Warriors put the ball in Thompson's hands a lot more last season. He ran the pick and roll and attacked the rim, taking more advantage of his size and ball handling ability at that off-guard position.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Well, last year, Tyler Zeller both started and came off the bench, showed he could be an effective player even when playing heavy minutes.
Yeah, and if you look at the games that he played as a starter, he increased his usage, and it didn't bother his production at all.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Pass to Freak. Now here's Crowder. Defense right on him. 5 to shoot. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Freak nailed from three-point land. Freak's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Thompson for the triple. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. Tie game in Boston. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player. Well, with more and more freshmen, Clark, making the jump to the pros, we can expect to hear more stories like this, I'm sure.
Well, without question, Kevin, that's the case and the landscape that we find ourselves in. But, you know, there's something to be said for developing all 4 years in college when that's the best route for an individual player. Nowadays, I think, unfairly so, there's a ton of pressure on young guys sometimes to leave prematurely. We'll see if Freak's decision pays off for him long term.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Really, it's always a positive when you can get some impact off your bench.
Always nice to have firepower coming from the reserves, and they've had firepower and then some so far.
Freak in at shooting guard. Jay Crowder out there with Mickey. Then it's Zeller, and it's Smart in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And that's just a great individual play right through the teeth of the defense.
What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Floats one. He lays it in. Smart's got it all tied up now for Boston.
And the Warriors won 51 games back in 2014, improved that mark by 16 wins last season. Among teams that won at least 50 games in the previous year, that 16-game improvement was an NBA record for the Warriors.
Here we go, Boston. Now coming up for your Celtics dancers. Give it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna win this. Oh yeah.
Different look here for the Warriors.
No!
Checked in for Spates.
Well,
Bazili comes in for Draymond Green. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Barnes. And a pretty tightly.
Guys, I'm here with
Holy moly. Okay. I won. Tyler, I'm gonna win. Tyler, I'm going to win. It's a miracle? No, I'm gonna beat the Golden State. Watch.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
No, don't put me on the bench.
Changes for Boston. Zeller is checked in for Zellinger. For Amir Johnson. And Freak subbed in for Bradley. And Golden State looking at who they've got. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. And it's Iguodala in at the 3 slot. And stolen by Zeller.
Move, Brad, move.
Thomas against Thompson.
I am the Splash.
Here's Freak. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Warriors have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Thomas against Curry for the lead, and it's laid in by Bogut. And the Warriors lead by 2.
You know something they can't say?
And you think about Stephen Curry, clearly one of the greatest shooters the league has ever seen. Clark, I think you could make a case that he's the best off-the-dribble three-point shooter in league history. What do you think?
Hey, I think he's the best total shot maker shooter we've had in the league. When you look at all aspects of shooting, I don't know if anybody's ever been better.
And for Steph Curry, the light doesn't get any greener. I mean, the only limit is his height. I think he does a great job of scoring, but also looking to keep his teammates engaged.
My zero. Collapse.
And so Zeller nails both of them.
Okay, it's tied up again.
And when you think back when Curry came into the league, the question was, is he just a scorer? Or can he play point guard?
Well, we're done for.
So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. They escaped with a victory, although
I knew it. Oh my God, the game.
Well, I think it was one heck of
the
a
game
ball
does
game.
not
Both
want you
teams
to win.
Gave great effort, and the bounces just went their way in overtime.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline.
It was not by luck. It was the game. The game wanted me not to win. I did good. I got 280 points.
Yes, Kevin, thank you. With Klay Thompson, you were able to really...
The 2K Sports post-game show.